All right, welcome to Making Them Brands, brought to you by BullsEye Merch on our 8th episode. Today we're gonna keep it, light, friendly.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about our own experiences. About our, we've been through a lot of shows throughout the years.
Yeah.
But I think we all have one that stands out.
Yeah.
So.
What's up, Adam? How you doing, man?
Good.
Glad
to be back.
Yeah, I'm glad you're joining us.
This is
bro.
a dope podcast. I think it's a good podcast.
All
man.
right, cool.
But favorite shows.
Well, wait up.
Okay.
Wait up. I know you're excited.
Anything else you want to say?
I know you're excited to be here. You're excited to be back.
Yeah.
The fans have been, asking
been
for
a
you
while.
yet again.
I'm
so
sure
it's
at
like,
least
damn.
They're like, where's this guy at? Where's this funny guy at? No, so yeah, the topic for today is what's been one of your favorite shows throughout the tours that we've had for the past couple of years, man. I mean, I know there's several. I want to say several.
A lot of
shows.
Several tours and shows that we've been part of. But I mean, I'm sure one or two stick out more than others, man. And that's what we're gonna be covering today, man. So give the fans our perspective as behind the scenes as far as what we experience and what we like, and how it impacted each one of us, man. So all right, man, you guys start, man.
We'll start by alphabetical order.
Oh,
with A, Adam.
He could say his name is Frank.
He could.
He could say his name is Frank.
My first name is Frank, so that means Benny has to go first.
Ready, man. And then we can say, then if it's Frank, then it's Felix that'll still go last because it's F.
Do you know how a middle name?
No.
He has a middle name.
No, I don't.
You have a middle name.
No. It's A. My middle name is
your
Adam,
middle
bro.
name?
Adam, bro.
I want to fucking find out your middle name.
All right, no.
All right, I can start off. But mine's actually a more recent one.
More recent?
I know we've been doing shows for a lot of years, but this one stands out. One of the young stars, that's coming up in the regional Mexican industry. Cristian Nodal. Was it last year? Yeah, it was last year. Last year, December. The YouTube theater in LA, our backyard.
Oh, yeah.
So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was your favorite one?
Right. Well, it all started when we got to the venue. We usually get there, a few hours before the show, to make sure all the merch is good, the setups are right.
And wait, the three of us were there at that show.
Yeah, we're all there.
That was a dope show.
Yeah, we're all there.
It was awesome. It was my first time at YouTube. It was new YouTube theater.
Well, it was my first time at the YouTube theater. But
All of us?
Yeah, all of us. But the thing is, the three of us are usually not at every show together.
Right.
It is
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
So that was pretty cool. We're
all
all walking around, doing our runs, making sure everything's set up properly.
Yeah.
Everything's working out the way it's supposed to. Like, have the images on the screens, making sure like all the stands are set up properly.
Right.
And we go backstage, walk around a little bit, and it was about probably like 2 hours prior to the show.
Yeah.
And they always do a sound check.
Yeah.
Right. And then I remember clearly you told me we heard a beat. Right.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like
shit.
mariachi or norteño or anything that any type of I was like, oh, maybe someone just playing with the with the audio or whatever. Like, and then you tell me that's an Acquid beat. That's Acquid.
Yeah.
Like, no, there's no way. There's no way, bro.
That's bad.
There's no way. I mean, they hadn't announced it. No one knew. No one knew.
No.
So we were like, we were walking backstage like, no way. There's no way Acquid is here, bro. We're like,
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of Acquid as well. I admire them. Their work, their music.
Yeah.
And it was like one of the most known beats. You know what I mean? Is from their music, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh shoot, all right, cool. So it started, that started off good.
Yeah.
And then just you seen them there, doing sound check, and then that was there, and they were vibing and stuff. So that was pretty cool. And the show was great. No one expected it. They came out, the crowd just went crazy when they saw it, Acquid and Nodal on the same stage. That was pretty cool. And then And then I guess we could go into a little bit of details a little bit later on. You know, kind of want to hear you guys' stories too. But after the show, that was pretty cool too. That we got to hang out with them. So
yeah, you know what? I recall that show, and I forgot about the fact that we had that conversation where I was fucking around when I first said it. I'm like, because I know you're a fan of Aquid. I just know that from a long time ago. I'm like, hey, bro, Aquid's here, and you're like, no, you're like, no. I'm like, yeah, me, bro. But at that point, I was fucking around.
Right.
I had no clue that.
So you didn't actually know?
No, I didn't know.
Oh shit.
I had no clue. I didn't see anybody. I didn't know nothing. I just heard the beat, and I told them, I'm like, I'm just gonna mess with this fool and get him excited and tell him. But I had no idea.
Right.
And then we went backstage, and I think only Nodal was back there just rehearsing on his own.
Mm-hmm. Actually, because the whole band.
No, they didn't rehearse together, bro.
Well, they didn't.
They did it. You probably
was it the band?
Their show. It was just Nodal.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
So that's why I was like, I just was fucking around, and I'm like, hey, dude, Aquid's back there, and you're like, oh, and then you went back there, and they weren't there. Mm-hmm. And then it turns out like I don't know who was it. I don't know who I spoke to, but I spoke to one of the guys, and then I'm like, oh shit, that's cool. And he's like, hey, bro, he's like, don't tell nobody.
I always do that. I was talking about that. I did that to me too. Yeah.
He's like, don't tell nobody, bro. He's like, Aquid's gonna be here, and I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, I was just telling my guy that they were back here, but I was just messing around. He's like, well, it's not confirmed. They hit him up, and they might drop by. I was like, oh shit, so it's for reals now.
Yeah.
And then yeah, but at that point we it wasn't like I was just messing around, man.
Right.
But I think it wasn't confirmed until we went to. By the way, YouTube Theater is dope, bro.
Oh yeah, it's brand new.
I love that.
Yeah, it actually that show it was the first sold out show by a Mexican artist.
Why?
Right?
Actually,
artist.
Actually, I think it was the first artist that sold it out.
Sold out by any artist.
Because it was a new
venue.
It was a new venue, and he's the first one to sell it out or whatever.
Right.
Damn.
So yeah, but so we didn't like know exactly until we actually, because remember they had that little VIP bar in the back.
Yeah,
that place was cool.
That was a dope ass little bar.
YouTube Theater did it right.
Actually, you know what? Fuck, I think I'm gonna say that was one of my favorite shows too, bro.
That was a cool show.
I had another one on mine.
That was
because the three of us were there too, right?
Honestly, I think that was cool for all of us because I have a good story for that one too.
Yeah,
really actually, you know what? That was a yeah, man. I could say that was one of my.
And then, like you said, we don't really get to hang out at shows, all three of us. And I think that's what made it better too, because we were all there, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah,
to experience it together,
Yeah, there's cool times when we've been there together, but sometimes it's just like it's not too often where the three of us are together. It was a local show, so we got to go to that. But damn, now that I'm going back, I that was a fucking dope ass show, man. But I think when we're in that little lounge.
That was cool.
That's when we turned around and they were just chilling right there.
Right, yeah.
They were just chilling right there. And I was
hanging out right there. Like, well,
you know what we should have done, though, which we forgot to do, is we should have had the little videos play so the crowd could see. Remember when we were like recording? I
had pictures.
We were drinking.
Yeah.
We were all drinking together.
I'm sure Manny the Man could, we'll be able to add those, edit it, help input them in between our stories.
Man, but continue with yours because this is your favorite show, and I just feel like piggybacking on that shit because that was a dope ass.
Well, let me third piggyback because I wasn't gonna put that as my favorite show, but I did have a good experience when I was the main one working that show, so I was out and about doing my thing.
Yeah.
But then I got a phone call to come to the YouTube private VIP, and then they're like, just come. And I was like, I was in the middle of something. I think I was talking to somebody at the booth, and they were just like, come. I was like, fuck. All right. I was like, all right, I'll go. So then I went, and lo and behold, I got to meet Aquid. I saw Aquid when I was like I think 9 or 10 years old with my dad at Pico Rivera Sports Arena, and I always remember that.
That's dope.
And I always remember that. It was really dope. I just remember being on my dad's shoulders, watching them, and also. Adan Chanino Sanchez were there too. Rest in peace. It was a dope show. But anyway, I had fond memories of them. So when I got to meet them in person, my dad always likes to play their song. It was a really nice moment. I have videos and pictures, so maybe we could put them up. But even though it wasn't, I didn't put that as my favorite show as Benny's, but that was a good memory for me.
I know. Fuck. I'm
gonna say that. All of a sudden, hey, you guys wanted me to go first, so
YouTube Theater. Well, you got the best one.
I have also a memory with the Aquid. I think the last show that I saw them perform prior to this one, it was with rest in peace, Jenny Rivera in Congo Room. That was dude, it was a pretty badass show. Yeah. So that was, you know, and it'd been a while since you know, seeing him on stage, and it was pretty cool. Yeah. You know, so that was cool. You know, that we were all hanging out in the VIP room.
Yeah.
And they were hanging out there too, and they started telling us their stories. You know,
we actually ended up like having a you know, a pretty long night with them.
It was a pretty deep conversation.
We had a good conversation. It's funny because it turns out that I knew their brother. I knew their brother, and that was the conversation that's how I started communicating with them. I was like, "Hey, dude, like, they're like, hey, bro, I know your guys' brother, your younger brother," and they're like, "What? Like, how do you know him, bro?" And I'm like, "Dude, because when Aquid first, well, not when they first came out, but I think when they first started getting like big, I used to date this one broad, man, this one girl, and their brother used to work with her, and then I was like, I remember we went to like a one of their company dinners or whatever, man, and this dude was there, and he looked like Aquid, and I was just like, she tells me like, hey, that's Aquid's brother, and I was like, what the fuck, like, yeah, so I started talking to him. Anyways, I started telling them that story. And I was like, dude, I know you guys because I know your brother. Like, they're like, no, you don't. Let me see. What does my brother do? He used to work here. They're like, oh shit, it is him. Like, you do know him. They're like, yeah, but he was just like way different. Like, yeah, that's him. And I'm like, does he still do that? He's like, he still does that. I was like, oh shit, that's crazy, man. So there was a little connection right there, and I think that's what plus the beers and the drinks were going,
the grades are flowing, so that's
like a perfect combination for a good time, bro.
So we ended up having a good time, man. But yeah, that was definitely a dope show, man.
All right, so that was my favorite show. You know, I think everyone had a good time during that show, but I know you guys have your own experiences.
I guess that was almost one of my favorite shows.
That was pretty cool.
But anyways, Adam, so which was one of your favorite shows, man?
Well, I have two. I was thinking of one in my head. The first show after the pandemic, we had taken a little break, and we had a show in Vegas. We actually spent 8 days in Vegas, which was the most days I ever spent in Vegas.
8 days, wow!
8 days.
That in itself is wild. Right?
That was wild. Yeah, that was wild. I ended up watching clothes out there and everything, but we spent 8 days in Vegas. But the first show, it was the first time back, and the run of the show wasn't mine, so I had the opportunity to just like chill, relax, you know, watch the show, especially because the next day we were gonna do the counts, not that day. So
it was back-to-back shows.
Back-to-back shows.
Oh, those
which
are the
is
best,
like
bro.
They're the best. They're the best shows because you don't have to do the counts that day. You can pretty much just go home and all the work is done the next day.
Yeah.
So that show was awesome. We ended up hanging out, dancing, drinking, having a good time.
Did
what
you?
show are you talking about? What show are you talking about? Which one?
It was the Las Vegas show.
Which one? The Las Vegas show?
Yeah, the Banda MS. It was Banda MS. That was
I
know.
I remember that show. I know why that's your favorite show.
Yeah.
That's like your favorite show. Is that
I
the one you got laid, bro?
Yeah, I ended up dancing with somebody that night, and I got laid that night.
That's the one that was. Now it was your favorite show.
I cannot not put that one as one of my top shows.
Actually, you know what? He was having such a good time that he's confused because I gotta be on tack, man. I gotta be on point, you know, while you guys are all fucking around, man. I gotta make sure I'm straight headed. That wasn't even a back-to-back, fool.
That was it?
No, you're confused because you were having such a good time.
It was
on that
8
show.
days, so it was kind of hard to remember.
The Banda MS. Wait, was it?
Nah, I got lost in the sauce.
It wasn't.
Was it a back-to-back?
No, that one wasn't a back-to-back.
I thought it was a back-to-back show. Okay, but then if it wasn't a back-to-back, then that's the show where we sold out and we only had one item.
Yeah,
because I remember there was like no work.
There was like actually that was the next day. Another show. It's because that weekend we had a
bunch of shows.
Like I don't know how
every
many
artist.
shows.
We had Marco.
No, well we had like
one
on top
day
of that,
and then Banda MS.
I think that show we had that week throughout that 8 day span.
We had a lot of shows
combined, and not only us, just everybody. There was like I want to say 10 to 12 shows.
Oh yeah, you guys took off in the van.
Yeah,
I remember.
Yeah, they left. Yeah, so there was like 12 shows that weekend, man. But we have to do the Vegas. But yeah, that one I was with you in Vegas, and I know why that one was your favorite show.
That was a good time.
Because that was a good show. That was a good show, and you met that
because
chick.
of the extracurricular activities.
Yeah, extracurricular activities. But I think my other favorite show was the Nodal. That was more recent. The Nodal one was dope.
Now I'm with.
It was on. No, it was one where it was the last tour date in the U.S. before he went to Mexico, I think.
Oh, the end of the tour.
Yeah.
The end of the tour. Oh, yeah. I was there as well, too.
Yeah,
we closed it off.
That one.
We closed it off.
Yeah. It was cool because everybody was chilling after. Like the band, Christian, Aquid, and what's it?
Hera.
That guy's badass. Hera. Shout out to Hera.
Yeah.
He's a pretty cool guy, man. I've seen him do some cool shit for his fans. And it's cool to see that.
Well, we were there that day till like 5 a.m.
Yeah, we were there late with everybody.
Was that the Phoenix show or
yeah,
Phoenix show?
That was the last show. Man, I think the show ended like at 12, but we were partying there till like 5 a.m. after. I was like, dude, nobody wanted to leave.
Everybody.
Because it was the end of the tour.
Yeah,
right.
It was the end of the tour. See, I know. Actually, you know, we're gonna show some videos and all that, but maybe we might have to show those. Maybe we won't show none of those.
We might have to keep
videos.
those private.
Yeah, you know, all we can say is that we were having a good time with everybody.
Everybody
man.
was having a good time.
Yeah, because
it was really cool.
We were talking about the videos earlier that we're gonna show them. I have a lot of those videos. Maybe we might have to keep those kind of low, man. Otherwise, we'll be a little private right there. Those are memories we can keep within ourselves. Man.
Yeah. We're fond memories we keep to ourselves.
Yeah, man.
That's smart.
All we can say is that they were good shows, but so far, yours was the Nodal at the YouTube Theater, which was fuck. I'm with you, man. That was a dope show, and it's like I said, there's been so many, and I guess it's because it's a recent memory, so we get to relate to that one more, you know. And then the three of us were there, and then you mentioned the
2 shows,
Banda MS at Las Vegas.
Yes.
You had a different reason why this was your fucking favorite show.
Hey,
man.
you asked me.
Hey, that's cool.
me.
Hey, if that was your favorite show, shit,
You
that's
asked
cool.
me.
Although I mean, you know, that was a good show.
Yeah.
That
I did have another one where Maná came out. That was
another.
That was okay. Remember how you said that they're like, don't tell anybody, but I was gonna be here. They did the same exact thing to me. Hey, don't say nothing, but Maná's here.
Damn.
It's gonna be a surprise. And man,
when they're, you know,
and I know you're a bigger fan of Maná, but that was sick. The crowd was lit. It was badass. They were vibing. Man, it was pretty sick. It was awesome.
It's badass when you go to see an artist that's already like the reason that you're going to the show, and then that artist has a special guest that's fucking badass as fuck.
Not announced.
Not announced. And it's not like just a whatever guest.
Right.
It's like a big guest. Like, oh shit, like what the fuck? Like I didn't expect this. Like, man, I remember when you told me that I was like, fuck.
You wanted to take a flight. I know.
I recall we were closing out the MS tour of that year. And that's why I wasn't going down, because I like to go to the closing tour shows, you know, and I think that was closing it out with you. But then you're like, hey, bro, fucking. I'm like, you know what? This shit's only like, fuck. I'll be in fucking Texas in like 2 hours. Bro.
You just go straight there.
I go straight there, bro. But man, it was a little too late because it was the end of the tour. Mindis ended up partying at the end of that night too, man.
So you were having a good time no matter what.
So yeah, but like I said, they're all good shows. I would agree with both of those that you guys, man. Let's see. One of my favorite shows is, I'm going to take it a little bit more back than these recent ones. I know we were really busy last year with a lot of shows, but I think I'm going to go back to like, I want to say it was either 2018 or 2019. It wasn't necessarily a show, it was the location, man. I guess it's because I recall that ever since I was a little kid, I always wanted to go to the Madison Square Garden. You know, I just like, I'm like, fuck. Like, I remember like
the mecca of entertaining.
Exactly, man.
Everybody knows that place.
Yeah, and it's like, I recall like, man, I remember like, man, like all the biggest events used to be like at the Madison Square Garden, man, in New York, you know? So as a little kid, I was always get excited, like, fuck, I want to be able to go to like a dope ass show right there one day when, you know? So, sure enough, man, we got a tour one time, and it was a sold out show. I think with it was with Marco. It was with Marco, man, and yeah, man, I got to like go to where I always wanted to go as a little kid. Not only that, like it's the way that we set it up, man. We had a show. I remember this one vividly, man, because I was like, dude, if I'm gonna go there, I want to make sure that I experience to the fullest, you know. So the night before, we were in Boston. And at the end of the show, we got on the tour bus, and you know, we were done maybe like around, I don't know, 3, 4 in the morning. I don't recall the time. Point being is that we jumped on the bus and we went to sleep. You know, we went to sleep, and when we woke up, they just woke us up like, hey, we're here. And we woke up and I looked out the little window and the fucking Madison Square Garden right there in fucking New York City.
Dang.
And there was like a million people just all over the place just walking. I was like, oh shit, it was daylight.
It was like right in the middle of the city.
Literally, they parked right in front of it and the city was packed. And I was like, oh shit. I got up. I'm like, oh damn. And I was like, damn, this is fucking badass, you know? And we got off and we went inside the venue. I went to go to our contact that we had to go to set up on the show or whatever. But anyways, once we were done, by the way, I remember everybody was cool as fuck right there, man. I remember all the merch people were like, hey, what's up? Because I told them, hey, this is my first time at Madison Square Garden. They're like, oh yeah, cool. Like, you want to check it out? They showed me all kinds of little space. But anyways, when we were done with all that, I ended up talking to like the manager or whatever out there. And I was telling her, like, hey, man, I always wanted to check this place out since I was a little kid, you know? She was like, oh, really? She's like, man, let me give you a tour of the whole place. And I was like, oh, yeah, really? Dude, she showed me, like, she spent, like, about, I want to say an hour and a half to 2 hours with me, just giving me a tour of everything.
You got a private tour.
Private tour, like little back rooms. The Hulu Lounge is there as well, right? The Hulu Theater or whatever, which is another venue inside the venue. And she showed me that. She showed me like all kinds of like where the certain people go to. And man, I was like, dude, that's cool, man. I told her, man, since I was a little kid, I wanted to come here, man, and I'm just grateful that I got to come to this one, man. And
it's badass.
Being the fact that it was a sold out show, man. I remember I was like in the I was like next to the front row, right behind the stage, so I can see. And I turned around, and it was like fucking like jam packed, bro. And I was like, damn, at the Madison Square.
You had somebody to tour you, it makes it even better, you know?
Yeah.
Because when somebody that knows the venue, they tell you different things and little secrets.
Yes.
That's like that serious experience is 10 times better, bro.
That's why I think, you know, and I don't I didn't even drink or anything that day. It was just I was just there to, like I said, experience that show, man. And yeah, man, I was there, and like I said, I want to say that's one of my favorite shows that I've ever had. But like I said, just because there was a little connection since I was like a little kid that I wanted to go there, and it happened in the way that it happened. I think that's why that was one of my other ones, man. But the ones you guys mentioned were fun, also, man.
Nah, that one's cool too. Yeah, I mean, Madison Square Garden. I had a chance to go to one of the shows, but I couldn't because I had some my dad's birthday.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But if not, I would have been able to go.
Yeah, bro,
that would have been sick.
Yeah, and then this last year I had a chance. Even though there was a couple of shows that we had at the Madison Square Garden this last year.
Yeah.
And I had a chance to go, but I didn't want to go because I knew that it was gonna be a little bit different because of the COVID restrictions and all that shit.
Same, yeah.
I was like, nah, fuck that. I don't want to go during that time. I'll wait till things are back to normal, and I want to go back to that venue and experience it the way that I experienced it the first time.
They're so petty, bro.
Yeah.
Shout out Kyrie Irving, just played his first home game back not long ago, even though he lost. It was good.
Oh, he had his first home game back?
Yeah, because New York was being so petty that they didn't want to let him play home games because he didn't get the shot.
I knew that.
I finally had his.
I knew that.
I figured you knew about the same.
Cool, but I didn't know it was
He finally played his first home game back. Yeah.
Cool, man. So, yeah, man. So, that was, so those are our 3 experiences, man. So, it was YouTube Theater in Inglewood. Is that considered part of the SoFi Stadium? Because
yes, it is.
Right.
Actually, it is.
It's right next to it.
Well, it's considered, I think, it's almost
inside the.
It's like Madison Square Garden. How the Hulu Theater is part of. It's inside Madison Square Garden. Mm-hmm. So it's like
it's literally one of the main pillars. Yeah. It's the core pillar.
And then the one that we did for Banda MS, that one was at the
MGM?
No, that was at Mandalay Bay. Mandalay Bay at the Ultra.
Yes.
Oh, the Ultra.
The Michelob Ultra Lounge.
Arena.
Ultra Lounge, and then like I said, and then mine was the Madison Square Garden, man. But like I said, I think it's we've had some good experiences, man. We can't even go. You know, I'm thinking if we were to dig deeper, like we can go back like by years. Yeah. Like back into the years when, you know,
like this dude
the beginning years, like the
that's like 9 or 8 years ago. Man. Those are some crazier shows, man.
Those were different.
Those were different experiences, and that's when we were first starting out.
Yeah.
You were not riding on a tour bus,
and we were not riding on a tour bus, and it was different, man. But those are more crazy. Like if I had to explain one of the shows ever, freaking.
Well, we'll make another video on one of those crazy shows that we used to go to where they were nothing like they were now, man. Nope. But we got to start. We always got to start somewhere, man. We always got to start somewhere, and now we get to reflect and even do a video of the fact that, hey, this is our favorite venue. This was our favorite story. This was our favorite artist. So yeah, man. So we wanted to switch it up on this show for this podcast to kind of like I know the last ones we've been talking about like the process that we've been doing. We're like, let's switch it up a little bit and let's give a little background on what we enjoy as far as doing it, man. So anything else you guys want to share on your guys' favorite experience, man?
I mean, I think we we each have like different experiences, and that we enjoyed personally. So that's
we got to share
cool.
what we can share.
Right.
Yes.
What we can share. We gotta keep it.
There's some stuff you can't because there's some venues where you met some cool people.
We gotta keep it rated R. We gotta keep it rated R.
Share those
we can't go
stories.
triple X. We gotta go triple X.
Yeah.
Cool, man. All right, man. So that's our show for today, man. I guess we'll come up with another topic for the next one, man, and we'll get it going.
All right.
Yeah. Before we end, I forgot we need to announce the winner of the
winner of the hat, right?
The winner of the hat. Benny, so
sure.
Do you have a winner that?
We actually picked a random winner.
Okay, go for it.
It's Rosa Merino. She commented on the YouTube video, so contact us so we can send it out to you. All right. It's the BullsEye hat.
Okay. What was her name?
Rosa Merino.
Okay. Do you? How does she hit us up? Through what? Instagram? Or YouTube?
The winner had to comment on the YouTube video.
Okay.
So she commented on there. And,
okay, cool.
She was picked randomly.
Let's leave her a message as well, so make sure she gets it and like that, she gets her prize and so forth, man. But cool, man. Good. All right, yeah. That's it,
Marino, congratulations.
Cool. Congrats. Peace.